Hello, third grade. I miss you guys so much, especially when I make these videos because I'm just wishing so bad that I could be there with you, helping you, helping you with any problems that you have, and it just breaks my heart. I miss you guys so much, but I'm so glad that I'm still able to connect with you guys and work with you guys and see you guys on Zoom. Today, we're going to do one more lesson of perimeter and area. We're going to work on some word problems today, then we're going to have a couple days of review, and then we'll take our test. So before we begin, I just want to gauge how you're feeling about what we've been doing so far with perimeter and area. What are you thinking about that? Let me know. Okay, so today, again, like I said, we are doing one last lesson. This lesson is about, here it is, problem solving, drawing a diagram. So we will be doing word problems, and in order to solve the word problems, we're going to be using our 4-part plan, which we've been using all year long, so we know it very well. Understand, plan, solve, check. First you understand the problem, then you plan what you're going to do, then you're going to actually solve it, and then finally you check to make sure that it makes sense. So today, we're going to be doing that plan, and the strategy that we'll use is draw a diagram to help us to solve the problem, okay? So I'm going to pull up our first problem. Chloe's father is building a rectangular sandbox. It has a width of 4 feet and a length of 6 feet. The wood that goes around the sandbox cost $2 for each foot. If they have $50, will that be enough to buy the wood? So this problem has a couple different things going on with it. First, well, we know that we're talking about measurement, but we have to figure out, are we talking about area? Are we talking about perimeter? We need to keep in mind that once we solve it, we're not done because we still need to figure out the money part of it. So this has a money aspect to it as well. So there's multiple steps. When we have multiple steps, it's really important to use the 4-part plan to help us stay organized so that we make sure that we're really solving the problem fully. We don't want to stop halfway through and be done. So, part 1 is understand. We need to understand what are they asking us. So, you need to think about what facts you know. Okay, what facts do you know? Well, we know that the sandbox is feet by 6 feet. How many feet? Tell me right there. Okay, and the wood costs how much per foot? Good, and how much do they have altogether? Perfect. So lastly, we need to just think about what do we need to find? What are we looking for? What is the question asking us? The question's asking us, is $50 enough to buy the wood for this sandbox? The sandbox that measures 4 feet by 6 feet. Will $50 be enough money to buy the wood? So now we kind of understand a little bit the facts that we already know. We know what we need to find, so we can move into solving it. But there's one thing that they didn't mention here, and we didn't really think about whether they're asking us for a perimeter or an area. Remember, a perimeter is the length of all of the sides added up. And an area is the space inside of a shape. All the area or the space inside of a shape. So if we're trying to measure and figure out how much wood we need for a sandbox, but the wood is just going around the edges, tell me, do you think that we're looking for perimeter or area? Perimeter. Good. Okay, let's get started. The next step is to draw. So our plan is to draw. You might have a different plan sometimes, but as we're doing these ones, it's really helpful to draw, because when we have shapes and we're dealing with little measurements, sometimes it gets so hard in your head to keep track of what you're talking about. Draw. I encourage you, especially when you're taking a test or doing your homework, draw the shape. Label the sides with how many inches or how many feet they are. It will help you so much, I promise. So I'm going to get out my writing tools and I'm going to draw. It says, we have a rectangle. The width is 4 feet and the length is 6 feet. So check out my box over here. I'm making a rectangle. I made this one a little bit longer because I know that 6 feet is a little bit longer than 4 feet. So I'm going to have 6 feet here, and on this side I'm going to have 4 feet. Okay, so the wood goes around the sandbox. I think before I'm going to deal with the money part, I'm going to first think about, well, how many feet of wood do I need? If I can figure out how many feet of wood I need, then I can try to figure out the cost. But first, I need to figure out how much I need, because I don't just need 4 feet. That would only be one side of it, right? And I don't just need 6. I need the full rectangle. I need it all the way around my sandbox, otherwise the sand is going to spill right out. So let's measure. First we have 4 feet, so we can add. Remember I said perimeter is side plus side plus side plus side. You're just measuring it all and adding it up. So we have, on one side we have 4, and on another side we have 6. Now this side right here, it doesn't tell us the way I wrote it. But we know something about rectangles. We know that rectangles have opposite sides that are the same length. They're the same. These two are the same. These two are the same. That's the definition of a rectangle. We learned that. So we would know that this side here is 4 because it's the same as this one. And we know that this is 6 feet. So that means that this one right here is 6 feet too. So remember when I told you that if I put 2 tick marks here and 2 tick marks up here, I'm just telling you that they're the same size as each other. So we just need to keep adding. We have 4 feet plus 6 feet. Now we need to add this one plus 4 feet plus 6 feet, right? Okay, go ahead and add that up for me. The answer would be 20. 20 what? 20. You know, that's not good enough. We don't have a unit. So we need to say 20. You tell me. 20 what? 20 feet is correct. Good. Okay, so we need 20 feet of wood. We have $50. How much does the wood cost? $2 a foot. So if the wood is $2 a foot, but I need 20 feet, would I do 20 plus 2? 20 times 2? What do you think? 20 times 2. Because for each foot, it costs $2. So that's like doing repeated addition 20 times. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 20 times to get 20 feet. But we don't need to do that because we have a shortcut. We know multiplication. So if each foot costs $2, but we need 20 feet, then we just have to do 20 times 2, which means we have to double 20. If we double 20, we get 40. We get 40 feet. Nope. We're not doing feet. Not 40 feet. We need 20 feet of wood. It will cost, because we multiplied the dollars, it will cost $40. Forgive me for that. $40. $40. The last part of the question says, if they have $50, will they have enough money to buy the wood that they need? The wood that they need costs $40. Will they have enough? Tell me. Yes, they will have enough money because $50 is more than $40. So they will spend $40 and they'll still have extra. How much extra will they have? Good, that wasn't part of the question, but now we know. They'll have $10 extra. All right, so that's the strategy that we're gonna use as you're solving these problems today. You're gonna draw a picture, you're gonna fill in any missing sides that you know, and then you're just gonna solve it. Then at the end you just check. Say, does that make sense? Does it make sense that it would cost $40 to get 20 feet of wood? Well, if it costs $2 for 1 foot, you have to think about it a little bit. This one's not super easy because there's multiple steps, but you gotta think about it. And I think if you think about it, you'll say, yes, that does make sense. So remember, understand the problem first. Think about what you know and what you're trying to find. Second, you're gonna plan. Your plan for this one was, I'm gonna draw a picture. Okay? Finally, you're going to solve and check. Solve and check. Got it? Let me know if you have any questions.